But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's time.
I got that chicken to golf. A lot of these people lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with too groovy you me. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. Derek ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
2nd down, Dalton. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
John, why the nigga Tyreek Hill caught that bitch and took that bitch up the sideline? You like that? Man, that nigga insane.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, he caught that bitch?
Anytime you call an inside running,
he had a little bit of sideline
there should be a lot of congestion
coming up the
You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
64-yard touchdown, some shit like that. That nigga too fast, man.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage.
But I don't know, son, if that's how the Patriots gonna play versus them, because that nigga Mahomes threw a pick. He threw a pick in the red zone, like trying to force some shit right before halftime. They only scored 9 points
and some
before
extra
half.
Depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
At halftime, they only had 9 points.
Dalton here from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Man, I know I ain't picking no player. Hey, oh my God. Hey, oh, this some bullshit.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
This bitch only got 3 formations.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
3 fucking from here. This shit looks so stupid, man.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They were forced to punt last time. I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. Now here's Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Dalton throwing on second down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
So Dalton now. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So this shit looks so stupid, son. Why would somebody only have 3 formations in their playbooks? They think they Chip Kelly or something?
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So out come the Raiders. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Shit like they just lost.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
You got 59 over there. Hey. Heavy. Hey, switch.
Dalton. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Mahomes. Finding some room at midfield. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And finally brought down at the 43. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because hitting completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
As he throws there, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Kicking this bitch. Watch this. I'm about to boom that bitch. I'm kicking that bitch. Come on. Come on. Ain't no fake. I'm kicking this bitch.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here.
That's Bucker.
Midfield strike,
I boomed that bitch.
60-yard attempt.
Oh yeah, I boomed that bitch.
Able to put this one through. And that right there is something
Boom,
we've
that
seen,
bitch was
15
60,
times in NFL history.
Yeah.
That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
52, 93, 44, 44.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10.
Ooh, they let Jordy Nelson.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And it's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Dalton. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. Conley's got it over the middle. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley, as the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability, as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things.
368.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I ain't throw that shit into that one-on-one coverage, man.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And the kick by Butker is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And now here come the Raiders. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Mahomes to throw once more. Flush to his right. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Mahomes now on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. If you get careless with the football, look out.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Bruce Irvin in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Second down, Dalton. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Justin Houston in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So Dalton now. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback here. Right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15.
17.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now McCarron throwing on second. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
Goal line, just
Lorenzo lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10
top of the
at
ball.
the
I gotta go to
31-yard
goal
line.
line.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. From the gun, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as...
This is intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obi Kanoba just picked me off.
So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Room past the 20. Wide open receiver complete. And finally taken down to the 26-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Leopard! Here we go!
McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. McCarron now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
3-19!
Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's McCarron. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. McCarron to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Raiders on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Now here's McCarron on third. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And now here comes Kansas City. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Black 58, rail! Black 58!
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He'll return it from the 6. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. McCarron with one final try. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road.
Got one tomorrow at 6:30.